Katie.
Hey, Coach.
All right. If we have a couple others join us, we'll let them in when they do. But Alabama comes out on the top end of Auburn tonight with its highest score of the regular season and its highest balance beam score in more than 2 seasons. Coach, I'm going to let you open it up with a comment.
We talked a lot this week about competition being our best friend, and really it's the way we can learn to get better as a team. So we did have some goals tonight. We wanted to hit 24 for 24, and I think we pretty much hit 18 for 24. So obviously there's still room for some improvement there. But some of the highlights you have to acknowledge is the fact that we went big on vault. We actually competed 5 10-0 start value vaults. Wasn't completely successful, but if you don't try, you're never going to know. And that's a big step for our team. I thought that collectively as bars, we swing well. We could have stuck some more landings and hit some more handstands. But again, you're seeing improvements there. And I think the biggest thing is when you lead off, it's a very difficult position to be in. And Alonza led us off on balance beam with that 9-9, which she's been working for a long time. And it just goes to show that she is totally capable. And that makes me excited for her. And then you can't say enough about a 9-9 on floor for Sania Mitchell, who has worked again. These are probably the 2 hardest workers on our team. And they just continue to shine. And that's exciting for them. So yes, balance beam was an improvement. Of course, being a perfectionist, I know where we can get better, and we just want to continue to strive for that. And we want to thank the fans because the energy was strong.
Sania, to that end, you score 9-9. You're a junior. You said before this season so far has been a dream come true. Talk about the energy, though, that carried you through to the I'm sorry, it's the other gymnast.
Hi, hello, sorry. Well, thank you. Yeah, like you said, it's a dream come true, but, kind of at this point, it's kind of past a dream now, When you achieve a goal, it's hard to get to the top, but it's even harder to stay there. So, now I just got to keep working. And, I'm just so happy. And really, I couldn't have done that without my teammates. And I say that because I kind of had a rough warm-up and, not ideal. So I was just really happy. And, I heard them in my ear the whole time. And, before I went, a couple of them came up to me. They were, talking me through it, just, get me through it, give me confidence. And like I said, without them, I couldn't have done it. So, yeah, it's a dream come true. But at this point, not just myself, but all of us, we have to, keep working to, get to where we want to be.
And Sania, the energy in Coleman Coliseum is different this year. We can only have 2,055, I think is the total. Talk about, though, the energy that carried you through tonight.
Oh, the energy was great. I mean, even though it was, only a limited amount of people, I know we did sell out, what we did have, but that in itself, I think we helped create that energy that we were missing from a full packed house. So, I mean, even though it was a limited crowd, we were still able to, get what we needed to get done. And like I said, just create our own energy.
Alonza, you've been a big part of this balance beam routine for the last 3 seasons, and this is probably the best score in the last 3 seasons. What was different about tonight?
I am doing the same thing every time I go out there, so it's just about putting those pieces together and making it all, every skill being the best that it can possibly be. And that's the one thing that I focus on every time is just being present and doing each skill to my very best. And as a result, it's a good routine.
And did y'all talk about needing to bounce back from last week?
We already know that, so we didn't need to talk about it. We all had that in our heads anyway. So we just focus on all of us just doing our job, and it all comes together.
All right, with that, we'll open it up for questions.
Coach, it's Robert Cortez from the Crimson White. Congrats on the win. Congrats, players, on the win. Tonight, it looked like your team was full of confidence. What is one word you guys would use to describe the attitude your team displayed tonight?
Intentional. We talked all week that every single routine and every single turn we take every day this week needed to be with an intensity like you were competing. We did a lot of pressure sets, and we're doing the small things because those small things are what's going to create the big things. And I think that that's the biggest piece that we're seeing. Our ladies are extremely disciplined. You know, we ask a lot of them right now with the discipline outside the gym and the things they need to do to be able to stay healthy. And they're doing those things, and it's translating everything into the gym as well. And that is a beautiful thing. The other piece is there's no better joy for a coach when you know that they are competing for one another. So it doesn't matter if there's 2 people in the stands or 10,000 people. Right now, these women are fighting for every 10th and competing together. And that brings a great deal of joy.
Katie?
For the gymnast, first for Sania, because we don't have any paper stats in front of us tonight, but I believe you're the only person on the roster from the state of Alabama. But if you're not, you're one of the only. So just talk about, for this in-state rivalry meet, how important it is to get this win against Auburn.
Sweet Katie, it's Sania. I want to make sure we say it right. Sania. So,
Sania, sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Could you just briefly repeat your question one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, being one of the only, if not the only, gymnast on the roster from the state of Alabama, just how important is it to get this rivalry win against the in-state competition?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a goal that we all have in the back of our heads, but we actually talked about that rivalry before the meet, and we were saying, you know, the rivalry, that's more for the fans, but when it comes to us and competing and doing what we need to do, our biggest rival has to be ourselves. You know, we can't really focus on trying to beat the other team. We can't really focus on, you know, trying to beat Auburn. We just got to focus on beating ourselves from last week, improve on our last performance. So, I mean, like, the rivalry, it's a great thing, don't get me wrong, but in order to continue that rivalry, in order to, you know, keep that streak alive or whatever, to, you know, to handle business, we have to do what we have to do, and that's, you know, find where we can get a half a tenth back. That's just do our job on the equipment.
Coach, what mentality do you tell players to have in order to give themselves the best possible chance to be successful on the event?
Well, one of the major goals of Balance Beam is to stay present and to not get ahead of yourself. The ladies use, you know, mental choreography, mental cues, and like Alonza said, that she does the same thing every single time. And so right now in competition, of course, you have to expect that you're going to have some pressure and the nerves are going to be there. And the butterflies mean something good's going to happen if you can learn to breathe and calm yourself. So that's the consistency piece, and that's all you really can do to make it successful.
For Alonza, Coach already kind of touched on this about you being in the leadoff, but tonight with the highest beam score for the team in quite some time, and then you getting a 9.9, just how seriously do you take that role of being the leadoff on beam as a senior leader on the team, but just also you've kind of been a mainstay in that role for a while now?
I love being in that position. It's kind of my most comfortable position. I like setting the tone for the team, and it's an honor to be in that position. So, very thankful.
Anything else?
Sania, how much more room do you think there is for this floor lineup to grow, and how much better do you think you guys can be in the future?
Oh, I think we have a lot of room for improvement. You know, for the people that we have, I think we all can get better. And we have more people to add. We've got more depth coming. We've got lots of people working hard. So, I mean, we can literally only get better. Like, we're doing good now, but we can only keep going up. And there's so much room for potential. Like I said earlier, like just getting half a tenth back here and there, we talk about that a lot. And, you know, improving your average in the gym and just, you know, doing what you can to, you know, fix the little things. And that's what makes the difference. So, you know, if everybody can do that, if everybody can, you know, get their head in the game and stay with that mentality, then, like, there's no telling what we're going to do, honestly.
Roll Tide.
Anything else?
Coach, in the future, do you see Makari Doggett getting any time competing on vault or the floor?
So at this time, we have to take Makari's training day by day. And, we don't talk about the specifics as far as the health of our athletes, because you never know what's going to happen on a given day. And so Makari is working diligently and trying to get stronger and do the things she needs to do. But she's doing a great job on bars and beam at this time. And we will just have to see what happens in due time.
Thank you, guys.
Katie, anything else? All right. Thank you, ladies. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.